Hey y'all, Carolina Tony here. Today coming to you from Kansas, 650 feet below the surface of the earth. We are here at the Strataca salt mine. We are going on a tour and learn all about salt. Now we'll get started right after the station identification. We have our hard hats on and we are on the way. Hey, Debbie's cute.
Yes.
Alright, we're going to cram into this sardine can. Alright, everyone is getting on the elevator and fixing to go down under the earth.
It will be pitch black as we go down. If you guys want a light, just let me know. It's not a democracy, it just takes one person.
I like the dark, but not this way,
guys. Oh, wow. That's salt. We have just traveled down 650 feet into the earth, and we are presently in a salt mine in Hutchinson, Kansas. To get down to this level, we had to travel through layers of dirt and rocks and salt. From the surface, we have passed through nearly 130 feet of aquifer, over 200 feet, over 220 feet of shale, and about 300 feet of salt. The salt and shale that we're standing on sits on a foundation of anorite. There are salt deposits all over the world where ancient seas once flowed. Scientists have even found evidence of salt deposits on Mars. But in the United States, in the continental United States, you'll see it's very limited as to where the salt deposits are, and we happen to be right here. Above us lies the Equus beds aquifer, layers of sand and gravel saturated with water. This aquifer is vital to the life in this part of Kansas. More than 90% of the water is pumped out and used to irrigate crops. The salt from this mine is used for de-icing roads, tanning hides, making aluminum and ice cream, and as an additive to livestock feed. Fresh air comes down a sealed shaft and is moved out into the mine by large fans. It circulates through the mine and travels back up the shaft. It's kind of slick. They told us not to lick the walls. There's salt dust.
Yeah.
It almost feels like beach sand. Some of the mining equipment that is used in the salt mine, you see where they bore a holes and they blast, and of course when they blast they get chunks of powder.
The Cheraw Salt Company and its successors have used many undercutters over the years. The undercutter is a chainsaw that cuts into the bottom of the mine face, which is the wall about to be mined. The blade cuts a gash 8 or 9 feet deep into the wall and about 6 inches high. This cut weakens the wall, making the blast more efficient and giving the salt a place to fall.
Here is a undercutter. You can tell that the salt is not friendly to steel. More of this excavation equipment. For some reason they said we can't lick the walls, and I just want to lick a wall so bad.
Tony, what are you doing?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at all. Original ore car from around 1924. Not only is the Strataca salt mine used to harvest salt, it's also used to store things such as film, records, things for the military, things for the medical industry, as well as clothing. These boxing gloves worn by Michael Bent as he played Sonny Liston in the Will Smith Ali movie. This is where film and records would be stored in boxes just like this. This section is not actual storage, it's just set up so you see what the storage is like. But as you can see, how people get around down here on bicycles. Some more movie costumes that have been stored. Agent Smith. And of course the Man in Steel himself, worn by Dean Cain from the TV series Lois and Clark. Mr. Freeze costume worn by Arnold Schwarzenegger in the 1997 movie Batman and Robin. And of course, Batman's costume from 1997, worn by George Clooney. Costume worn by Miss Ricky Bobby, Leslie Bibb, from 2006, Talladega Nights. Jean Girard's racing suit. And all these film canisters. And apparently even films were filmed down here. Monument Men.
In 1983, the miners used a rail system to transport salt from the mine face to the salt skip, where it was hoisted topside. Then, in 1983, they switched to a conveyor belt system. Everything that comes down in the mine stays in the mine. And if you look at the lit area, you'll see that this is even true of mining trash. Now, we know this area was mined in the 1940s and used as a break area in the 1950s. And we found many name brand products in this trash pile from that time period. In case you were wondering, trash isn't the only thing miners left underground. And apparently this area was used as a restroom. Oh, no fancy porta pots here. And they weren't very careful with the toilet paper either.
This is some ore cars from back in the 50s.
And goose because of its long-necked goose arm that went to the ceiling to connect to the DC power cables. Now just behind that orange locomotive are salt carts labeled CSC, that stands for Carry Salt Company. These carts were able to load up to 4 tons of salt onto them. And they had to be loaded by hand. Now, salt miners would do this, and they were nicknamed muckers. Good mucker can make about $4 a day. Does anyone want to have any guesses on the make, model, and year of this car to the right of me is? Shout them out.
1947.
You're about a decade off.
There's a big pile of salt.
There's a
You guys
shovel.
want any rocks on top?
Bulkhead is what the miners call a wall that was used to direct airflow. This bulkhead is made of 1.5-inch thick tongue and groove planks, supported by 6-inch by 6-inch timbers, and sealed with black tar paper on the backside to keep air from that part of the mine from coming into this side.
Well, we have now ascended 650 foot and we're back on the top of the earth here at the Strataca salt mine. So Debbie, what'd you think?
It was a very cool experience.
Pretty neat to see where your salt comes from. And we had a blast. Hope you've enjoyed this tour as well. If you did, be sure to give us a big old thumbs up. Be sure to share with your family and friends. But until next time.
Y'all have a good day.
Yeah, what she said.